Hey everyone, this is Alan from EV News, and today we're going to be talking about China's rare earth monopoly. In case you don't know, China mines, owns, controls, and dominates the rare earth industry. However, laws and regulations are changing coming out of China that is slowly preventing the export of these rare earth minerals. These rare earth minerals play an essential role in our modern society as well into the EV industry. So today I want to talk to you guys about 4 companies that you can invest in to take advantage of the change in these laws and regulations. I'd like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Before I get into this video, I would like to say something. 我是跟中国没有问题，我是在中国住了3年，1年半在青岛，然后1年半在天津。我在中国的时候，我的生活特别好，中国人特别善良，中国人特别礼貌。我在那的时候没有问题。我也想说，这个只是一个 investing 的机会，是一个 investing 的 opportunity. Let's get into this video.
Before talking about the stocks and the companies that you can invest in, I want to take you guys back to school. So welcome to EV News' Chemistry 101. We're looking at the periodic table, and here are the rare earths. They are the ones in orange, and you probably do recall from chemistry class that there was 2 rows on the bottom that are kind of isolated from the periodic table, and that entire top row is what we're going to be looking at today. But most specifically, we're going to be looking at ND. So keep that in the back of your head. We're going to talk about why it's important to the EV industry and why it's essential really for our modern day society, and why all of these rare earths are essential for our modern day society. So before telling you what are the uses, I want to tell you that the current world reserves of rare earths, as assessed by the U.S. Geological Survey, are estimated to be about 120 million tons REO, contained over approximately like a 200-year supply. And the largest proportion of these reserves are in China, 44 million tons, equivalent to 35% of the world's reserves. So that's essential. We're going to keep that in the back of our mind, and we're going to talk about why China is playing such a huge role in rare earths and why this is a great opportunity to invest. So what are the uses of rare earths? Well, rare earth elements are used as components in our high-tech technology devices. So like in our phones, our cameras, in LED lights, in our computers, flat screen televisions, computer monitors, electric displays, anything really that has made up or helps make up this modern society that we live in, that is where the actual the rare earths are used. And then another thing that I want to really talk about today, and as you can see, these are where the actual rare earths are used in the actual electric vehicles. So you have like the hybrid battery, the fuel additives, the glass and mirror polishing powder, you have the LCD screens, you have the sensors, you have more glass, of course, catalytic converter, and then the big one that we want to talk about and that really focuses on the EV industry is the electric motor. And what we're looking at is that ND, which is neodymium or neodymium. I've heard it pronounced both ways, and that's the rare earth mineral that we are taking a look at. So what is that neodymium or neodymium? Well, it is magnetic. So they are permanent magnets that are they are very, very strong. So the magnets are an alloy, and you have to be careful with these magnets. Like it says here, they can leap towards each other from over a foot away. And here is a picture there of it. Of course, that neodymium can be used in like glass and in the LED light bulbs as well. So they are magnets, and it's used for that EV motor. So why is this a huge part of the world, and what's going on with these rare earth minerals, and how does it even apply to China? Well, China made a quest for global dominance, and the way that they're doing it is because China is mining these rare earths. And as you can see right here, here's a rare earth mine in China. It's not the most appealing thing, of course. However, it is a result of our modern society's dependency on these rare earths, and in return, this is what China has done. In fact, they do have the largest rare earth mineral mine, which I will get into a little bit later. But as I've been saying, China states that it has the market share between 80 to 90% of the actual mining for these rare earths. And why is this an opportunity for us? And what is the problem? And what is China's dilemma? Well, China targets rare earths exports curve to hodl the US defense industry. So there's a bunch of new laws that are coming out that are preventing China from exporting these rare earths, and it's really putting the rest of the world really in such a bind because, as it says here, China controls 80% of the global supply of rare earth minerals. That is huge, and that is honestly something that the rest of the world is looking for an alternative. They're looking for an option to move away. So here's more news, of course. China explores rare earth exports curve to target U.S. defense industry. Another one here is that China's top rare earth exports destination. So around 88% of China's 2019 rare earth exports went to just 5 countries. And those 5 countries there, as you can see, is Japan, United States, the Netherlands, South Korea, and Italy, and then the rest of the world, right? And those 5 countries are among the world's technological and economic powerhouses, right? So why is this important, or why is this really putting the rest of the world in a bind? Well, the demand for rare earth metals is expected to nearly double by 2030 as we're pushing towards the more modern society with more things like electric vehicles. We're looking towards new technologies, the LED lights, everything that has to do with our modern technology, right? And one of the countries that's heavily dependent on those rare earth is the United States, which imports 80% of its rare earths from China. So that is a really big kind of putting the United States in a little bit of a bind and putting them almost in handcuffs and preventing the United States to grow. So what are some of the options? We're going to keep talking about this a little bit more. As I said, China's rare earth exports to the United States accounted for 78% of rare earth imports, and that's expected to continue to rise all the way till 2023. And then China, like I said, they are making laws. This is as of January 16th, 2021. China is tightening their rare earth regulations, policies, entire supply chain, or policing the entire supply chain. So stricter export controls give Beijing leverage like amid the US tensions, right? So this is like I mentioned, it's like you have your own opinions on what's happening politically. I don't get into the political aspect of it. I just look at this as an opportunity. Once again, those export laws to affect rare earths. So this was as of November 30th of 2020, so just last year. A new Chinese law that takes effect on Tuesday, so that was starting December 1st of 2020, where we will restrict exports on controlled items, which experts said will increase market supply volatility. And some of those things are products and technologies like rare earths. So this is just further proof. I'm just showing you China raises threat level over rare earths. The United States, which relies on China for 80% of its rare earth imports, the United States and Australia are spearheading an incentive to create an alternative supply chain despite challenges including ore quality and cost. So this is where we're getting into where are the opportunities and which companies to invest in. So one of the big companies that I want to talk to you guys about is the largest rare earth mining company outside of China, which is called Lynas, and they are Australian. And then of course we're going to talk about American and a Canadian company as well. Before I get into that, I do want to show you guys what the largest rare earth mine in China looks like, and it's called Bayan Obo, and it's in Inner Mongolia, so it's further inland. It's quite far from Beijing, but you can see this is in 2001 right here. And as I pull this leverage back, you're going to see what it looked like in 2006. And of course, we're in 2021, so this has continued to explode. So this is 2001, and then here we go in 2006. You can already see that there's already been growth right there in the tailing pond, and then you can just see that all the mining there has continued to grow. You're going to see this here, especially in the north, that open pit mine has expanded. It's been connected there in the north. It is growing. So this was in 2006, of course. This is like a NASA satellite image. It just shows a comparison between 2001 and 2006. Unfortunately, I can't find any updated information as of 2021, but you can go and look at Bayan Obo in just a simple Google search. We're going to talk about how to invest and how to take advantage of these recent export laws and stuff like that. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is Lynas. And Lynas Rare Earths, like I said, is an Australian company, and they opened a processing plant in Malaysia. And as you can see right here, Lynas is the only producer of scale of separated rare earths outside of China, and the second largest in the world. So outside of China, they do have the largest. And our rare earth deposits are found in Western Australia. And then, of course, we operate the world's largest single rare earth processing plant in Malaysia. So Lynas stock today is at $4.58, and you can see that over the last month it has had some nice growth at $3 there. But if we look even back 6 months ago, it was under $2 to $1.78 and has continued to rise, and it will probably continue rising over the next years as this demand for rare earths and as China is kind of putting a squeeze and a tight hold on the rest of the earth. Now, I do want to give a little bit of a almost like a little bit of a warning when it comes to Lynas. I know that in Malaysia there's been a lot of protest. People do not want that processing plant in Malaysia because it does come with like the concerns of toxicity, and of course we're talking about rare earth minerals. So there has been a little bit of protest there. I would suggest you guys just taking some time to do your own research into Lynas, but that's what I can tell you as of right now. So let's go to the United States and talk about the leading and the number one company to invest in here for the United States, and that's Mountain Pass. And Mountain Pass actually has already been in operation before, and because of something that China did back in the 1990s and early 2000s, Mountain Pass, it used to be called a different company. I can't remember what it was called right now, but it actually went bankrupt. And then like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the mine came back into operation, was bought out by new leadership, and now their plan is to restore the full rare earth supply chain to the United States of America. And Mountain Pass is located in California, and it is honestly a company that I had invested into. I bought in at $17 a share, and today it's sitting at 46. I did sell. You can see I bought in around here. This is where they got the contract from the Department of Defense. It was like a $10 million contract to return the supply chain to the United States. I bought in around here, and I actually sold around $35, $37, $38, and then I have not reinvested, but it is a great play. I know a lot of people are talking about holding this for like 2 to 3 years because the demand for rare earths is obviously something that is going to continue during the modernization of our society, and especially that neodymium, which is needed for the EV batteries. Now, another company that I have invested in and that I'm still invested in is actually called American Resources Corporation, or AREC. And there you can see that picture of where the rare earths are used in the EV industry. And AREC, or American Resource Corporation, they are specifically a mining company, and you can see they do like Eastern Kentucky mining for coal, but they're switching over and they're going to start their own subsidiary company called American Rare Earths. And I have been invested into them since $1.52, and today it's sitting at $5.16. If you look over the last 5 days, it was sitting up at almost $7. It had even topped over $7 for a couple days. And if we look over the last 6 months, you can just see it has completely exploded because the demand for rare earths, and these are some of the few stocks, what I'm talking about today, are really the few stocks that you can invest in. So you have Lynas, you have Mountain Pass, and then you have AREC. And I really like AREC. I do believe in good things. My roommate is invested in them. He also got in around like $1.50, $1.40 something, I believe. And he is currently holding over 2,000 shares. So congratulations to him. But also congratulations to those who bought in early and are continuing to hold. My best friend has also been in AREC. I have written numerous emails and just newsletters telling people to keep an eye out for AREC because the whole demand for rare earths will continue. And I think under $5, as it is currently right now at $4.98, it might be a good place to start a position and hopefully let that ride out. And then another stock that I want to talk about, another company that I want to talk about is called Medallion Resources. And Medallion Resource, as you can see, it says setting the pace in rare earth elements. So they are a Canadian company. You can find them. Their OTC ticker is MLLOF, and they're currently sitting at 42 cents. And I actually bought them today. I just went ahead and bought 2,000 shares. So under $1,000. It was like $884. I bought it at 42 cents, and now it's at 40 cents. That's weird how that happens when I check it. But I'm not worried about it because it is a long-term hold. I think these magnet metals, as they're talking about, will continue to be a huge player. And I even saw an article recently saying that Medallion Resources, or MLOF, might be the one company that helps North America like push themselves like over the edge and allows us to create this supply chain here in North America. So as you can see, that supply chains for critical rare materials like ND, which is that neodymium, and PR, which are both used as like the metal or as the magnets, and then both used in the electric motors. So those are the 4 companies there to invest in. Lynas, they push sustainability. If you look at Mountain Pass, of course, they push sustainability. AREC is talking about doing everything in an environmentally friendly process. And then Medallion as well is looking for like social responsibility, of course. They're trying to leave the smallest possible footprint in their renewable or in their rare earth mining abilities. So those are the companies there. I want you guys to do your own research, of course. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you got a lot out of it. Those are the 4 companies right there to invest in. I'll talk to you guys soon.
I'd like to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Tell me, are you invested in it? What do you think about the future of rare earths? This is Alan from EV News. I will see you guys in the next video. Once again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.